What's up, guys? It's Rob here, and we have to talk about a new pattern that has just presented itself in CLOV stock. I'm looking at the chart right now, and it's looking very promising. Okay, so let's take a look. Right here, you can see CLOV on the long term, right? This is the 90-day chart, and let's actually, before we delve into this, just look at the daily chart, right? So we can see that CLOV has been experiencing some volatility. However, this is a key level that it just hit right here at $8.40, and we actually identified this level quite a while ago. I identified this as a key resistance level during the past when CLOV was struggling to break out of this level. You know, every now and then it would break out and then come back down, break out, come back down. And for the most part, for the past couple of months, CLOV has just been trading in this range, right? It tries to get out every now and then to the upside and to the downside, and it always would keep coming back to this range. And this earnings call is actually what really has changed that, right? Since that earnings call, we've more so been going up and down and up and down. Now, what is interesting about this is that this new pattern that just presented itself is actually using the same resistance line that we once had at $8.40. It's now using it as a support level, which is very promising. That means that CLOV is on its next leg up. Okay, it's actually moving up. We have a new support and a new resistance, which we've reached. $9 is CLOV's new resistance, and $8.40 is their new support. Now, what's very good about this for CLOV stock in general is that this means CLOV is moving up on an uptrend, right? They've identified a new support level, which was an old resistance, which is exactly what you want to see when a stock is moving up. So we can see on the daily chart right here, you know, CLOV was trading around 889 and they were kind of bouncing around. And then at the opening bell today, we started hitting $8.40, and we really struggled to try to push down this stock, right? We were trying to go down and down and down, but we weren't able to do it. And that's very good for a lot of CLOV holders, okay? You can see there was a lot of trading action going on here and a lot of uncertainty, right, at this time, especially on this bar. We got pretty low, 834. However, CLOV came through in the end, and we ended up shooting up to new highs for the day of $8.70, and now we're trading somewhere near there, right, 860. So what does this mean for CLOV over the long term? Well, if you look at the long-term chart, you can see CLOV has had some crazy action. However, you can get, if you want to get really technical about it, you can see that as of late, they've really been trading kind of stagnantly, right? They haven't been moving very much. And what's good about this is that CLOV has been on a downtrend, as many people know, over the past couple of months. Ever since this huge spike up in price at $28.85, we've been on a bit of a downtrend. Now, this could be the end of that, right? Now that we're finally starting to move upwards, you know, there have been a couple of fake outs. However, these weren't really using key technical levels. This was actually more so just based off hype on the earnings call, more so than anything. Now that that has passed and volume and volatility have subsided a bit, you can actually see a real pattern begin to present itself. Now, I believe that the institutions, if we look at the percent of float shorted, it has not decreased or increased really by that much. It's still around 15% as it was in the last video that we made a couple of days ago. So that leads me to believe that the institutions have kind of accepted their fate, right? They're not trying to push CLOV down that much anymore. I think that they've accepted that it would be very tough to actually get CLOV to go very far below not just this new resistance level that we just formed, but also $8, and especially if they even got it below 8, I mean, how are they going to get it below 7, the all-time support level for this stock? I think that would be very tough for them to do. So we can actually see, you know, the percent of float shorted is a tad lower. It's a tad lower. I think it was 15.65 or 95, something like that. So it hasn't decreased by that much, but it has been decreasing. And I suspect that's because a lot of institutions are probably closing their short positions. I think that they realize CLOV stock is in a new range and that it's actually a bullish range, right? They're starting to move up. And the institutions, while they don't want to all panic and exit at once, essentially creating their own short squeeze, they don't want to do that. They want to slowly exit this stock or exit the short positions they have on this stock, rather, and potentially build up some long positions so that they can capitalize on the movements that CLOV could be seeing looking into the future as this stock begins to move up, which I expect it will as soon as the institutions are ready for it, right? In the market, you really have to time these things based off of what the institutions are doing. You have to care about that because they end up having a lot of sway over stock prices, right? They have the algorithms that can trade for them and are very effective at manipulating stock price, and they have a lot of money behind them, which is also very useful when it comes to affecting the price of stocks. So I think that what we're looking at with CLOV is a situation where we could potentially, over the next couple of weeks, be slowly rising, right? We could slowly be reaching new levels of higher resistances and higher supports. as more institutions are exiting their short positions and potentially entering long positions. I suspect that that's going to be the case. We'll see, right? This pattern isn't guaranteed to carry on. As we've seen in the past, there have been instances, let's find a better time frame to look at. There have been instances where CLOV has broken above this support or this resistance and tried to use it as support. You can see over here even we broke past $8.40, broke down a little bit and tried to kind of use it, but then we ended up breaking back into this range and trading there for a bit longer. Now, that's not guaranteed to happen this time, right? I suspect that from this point onwards, we are now trading in this range and potentially above, right? And that's not going to mean that we'll never dip below and back into it. But I suspect that this will be a range that we trade in for a bit of time, the 60-cent range from $8.40 to $9. I suspect that that's going to be a new key area for CLOV. And, if you're a day trader and you want to get in some swing trades, you could potentially be taking good, making good movements, right? You could be catching good movements by getting in right near this resistance line or support level and then exiting higher up, right? That would actually have been a good trade to do earlier today. However, you wouldn't have known that this really was acting as resistance until it happened. So now you can start acting on that if you're interested. And of course, it's important to do your own research with these kinds of things, guys. So thank you for watching. That's all I have for you today. If you've enjoyed the video, please feel free to like it and subscribe to the channel. No pressure to do that if you don't want to, but if you would like to, I would greatly appreciate it. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.